Okay, today I am in Ohio Pile, near Uniontown, Pennsylvania, and a bunch of construction going on over there. I am about to start my bucket list item for this year, through hike the entire 70 miles of the Laurel Highlands Hiking Trail. It's going to be a 6-day, 5-night, and I'll discuss more details later. I have to go get checked in. I'm taking a shuttle from here up to the northern end up near Johnstown, and starting up there and then hiking back to my car. So here's the deal. Trail starts up here, right here at mile marker 70, just north of Johnstown. Comes down, camp first night here. There's the second night camp. Starts off the first 4.5 miles are uphill, but it's kind of gradual. I've done this section, these 13 miles before, but I did it downhill. After that, it pretty much levels off until you get to the last day. The last 6 miles, it's pretty hilly, coming back down into Ohio Pile. So there's the third night's camp, fourth night, fifth night. So six days, 5 nights. Doing this with a meetup group. I'll discuss all the details of that later. But yeah, day one, 13.1 miles. Then tomorrow is 10.4. Then back-to-back 14-mile days. Then a 12.2 and a 6.3. Fortunately, the 6.3, the last day, like I said, is pretty hilly. But I will have a whole lot less food weight with me. And water shouldn't be an issue. I'll be able to cut back on how much water I'm carrying. Right now, my pack, I got base weight of around 17 or 18 pounds. Plus, I got 5 pounds of food. And I will have 4 pounds of water with me. So I'll be carrying today about 27 pounds, I think is what it came out to be. But I got to go get checked in over here at the shelter, or the Wilderness Voyagers shuttle place. Then I got about a little over an hour drive up to the northern terminus where I'm starting. And I'll pick things up there probably. Yeah. Okay, here I am at the Seward parking lot. This is about 9 miles from Johnstown. This is the trailhead, beginning the northern terminus of the trail. This is the van that brought me up. My driver named Steve. Really nice guy. Nice people at Wilderness Voyagers. So, I am off to start. It's 12:35. I'll be following yellow blazes. Connector trails are blue blazes. So today is 13.1 plus the connector trail to the campsite is about a mile long. So I'm looking at roughly 14 miles today. So they got these mile markers every mile. And tradition is to tap each one as you go by. Only 70 miles to go. That power plant over there, that is Conemaugh Power Plant or something like that. Those 2 tall towers are each 1,001 feet tall. That is a coal-fired, I was looking it up, it's a coal-fired plant. There is another plant further towards Indiana, PA, called the Homer City Generating Station or something, where it has the tallest smokestack in the United States. Third tallest in the world. It's like 1,200 and some feet. Yeah, here it is. The first of what I remember there being 2 rhododendron tunnels back to back here. And this is really cool. And I believe, is it dark in here? I believe there's an overlook somewhere. Or maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But it is super dark in here. Okay, this is the second real rhododendron tunnel. The roof on this one. This wind is blowing around like it's gonna rain, but it's not supposed to rain today. It's supposed to rain, I believe, midday tomorrow. But that's the only weather that's not supposed to be too great this whole trip. Of course, I can't get through an entire backpacking trip without some kind of precip, rain or snow. So we'll be hiking in the rain tomorrow a little bit, not a washout, less than 0.2 of an inch. Let's see if there's a better view over here where this rock here is. Pretty much the same. Alright, I can't be wasting too much time. I'm planning on, I should get to camp around 5:30. The others, at least Mark and Bill, should already be there. If they're not there, they should be arriving very shortly. I figured they were 4.5 hours ahead of me if they got started at 8 like they were planning on. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned who's on the trip. Today I'm by myself. I started late. This is another meetup group trip, and this is organized by Mark, trail name Smokey, and so it's him and Bill and another girl. I believe her name is Christine or Christina. Her trail name is Box Turtle. We were the only 4 that were signed up. Okay, so that is the Conemaugh River Valley. Johnstown is one of those groups of buildings. I don't know which one is which, but nice view. A few miles back, I'm just hiking along. See 2 people sitting up ahead, having a lunch break. Lo and behold, Mark and Bill. They got a much later start than expected. So, going up to them. Just got to camp. That's 16 point something miles. I'll look at that later. I picked out these 2 trees right here. Guess Mark's got a tent with him, but it's supposed to rain tonight, so he's going to stay in shelter 5 here with Bill. Box turtle, no sign of box turtle. So it's been dark all day. I mean, the cloud cover, the fog has been just ridiculous. So I don't even know what time it is, but it's got to be close to sunset. I got to get set up here. Okay, 8 o'clock exactly. It's pitch black out here. Got this set up, and it's getting very foggy out here. So I already have, tarp is already wet on top. And I'm about to go cook some dinner. I got things strung, hopefully low enough, because I think it's supposed to rain tonight. Anyways, latrines are over that way. Here's shelter 5. Mark and Bill are at. I'm going to join them in a second. They got a fire going. So I'm going to go over there and cook dinner. I don't know if I'm going to hang a bear bag tonight or not, or just chance it. There's other people we're talking to on the trailer up here in this shelter right there. There's 2 guys. And Box Turtle is here. I don't know who she's staying with, but I think she's hiking with those guys tomorrow, because they're doing a longer hike than us tomorrow, so she's going to do a longer thing. There was 2 people over in the far shelter, a guy and a girl. I passed them, they were at the parking lot, walking in from the parking lot, 271 parking lot. So they didn't have a long hike like us. But yeah, I gotta go eat something. Rip roaring fire, courtesy of Bill.
I'm feeling some heat from that.
Alright, it is 10:30, and I'm about to hit the sack. I took my tarp out of porch mode, so I'm looking at the tarp now. I hate when I can't see out of here. But after looking at the weather report, it's only supposed to get to 58 for the low tonight, but it's supposed to 50% chance of rain and 22-mile-an-hour winds. So I'm trying to keep all the rain from getting in here best I can. And these bugs are starting to get attracted to this headlamp, so I gotta turn this thing off, try to get to bed. Pick it up in the morning. Okay, it is 7:05 a.m. I hear the guys up that way. It's kind of dark in here. up that way, and their shelter, they're up and around. Those are the guys that we kind of passed, and they passed us on the trail yesterday. Mark and Bill are right over here to my left. I'm not sure if I heard anything over there or not. I thought I did, but I'm not sure. So I'm not sure if they're up yet. Very dark in here with this thing tied down, but I don't know what time it was. I didn't get up to look, but it took me a while to fall asleep. I couldn't fall asleep right away. I don't know what time it was that I got woken up by thunder. Fortunately, the thunder never came, the lightning never came directly over us, so it was alright. But it did rain. Fortunately, the wind stopped before it started raining, so there's no rain coming in here. And now I'm not sure if just the water in here hitting the tarp is just dripping off the trees, or if it's just completely raining. I might lay here for a little bit more, but I might have to pack all this stuff up under this tightly tied down tarp, which is not going to be fun. So we'll see what happens. So this was my plan, since there's nothing on the radar. It's supposed to rain today, but I just folded this thing back. All I got to do is get my tarps or my quilts in this dry bag, and everything else won't be a problem if it gets wet. Just water dripping off the trees right now. We got 10.4 miles today to do, so it'll be a short day. That's recovery day. More in salamander, and pretty narrow. 2 feet wide, I can barely fit my pack through there. Stay tuned, Roger.
You think? Is it time to pull it up? Oh, you're wearing it.
What are you pulling out?
It's kill.
Usually I let him wear it, but I need it today. So we need to get you your own.
Yeah. So far, so good. Like I said, I've been hearing some notifications come through, weather notifications.
Oh, great.
I told him, I said, I guess that doesn't mean they're calling for sunshine later. Probably more of over here, over the horizon. Yep. Oh, yeah, look at that.
Rain's coming down pretty good now. Get the full rain gear on. Raincoat, rain kilt, keep the pants dry. Cool steps coming up through here. That was a nice cool section. I thought today's section was not supposed to have any kind of scenery, but that was cool. And tomorrow we got a 14 miler, followed by a 14 miler the day after that. 20 miles down, 50 to go. Well, this looks pretty cool too. Through here. Nice.
Sorry. I'm holding show up. Goddamn camera can forever take this picture. Did you hear go play in here?
There's quite a few sections like this I know of on the trail. Tic-tac-toe board I see in all the YouTube videos with chairs. So I guess it's never been paved. In how many years? 250 years. Okay, it's about 6 o'clock, a few minutes after 6. We got here's the shelter that those guys are staying in, shelter number 1. They're drying out clothes at the fire. Got some stuff hanging up here. I'm about to change out of my wet stuff and hang it up. So the tour, here's my setup for tonight. There was a group of 5 people that passed us on the trail earlier when we were taking lunch. They were here when we got here. They had their packs sitting over here, but I didn't know where they were going, so we had already reserved this shelter. So I put my poles on these 2 trees, and then the guy was all mad because, you know, he didn't make a claim on the trees or whatever. So I'm staying here. 2 other shelters over there. There's the restrooms are down there. There's another shelter over there, and I think there's one more somewhere. There should be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I forget where the other shelter is. Oh, maybe, I don't know, I lost track. There's a map online, but anyways, water pumps. This one has a dry barn for dry wood. They do have a bear-proof garbage can here, and this is a nice site. Nice wide open area here for tents, hammocks. Same thing over there. I thought those guys were going to go move over there and set up, but they went down there somewhere. I don't know where they went. 2 guys and 3 kids. So anyways, I'm tending the fire right now. Well, here's what's going on for real is Bill was having an issue with his feet. He could barely walk, and he's pretty sure it's the boots that he had on. He thinks he should have changed and wore the boots that are in his truck up at the beginning of the trail at mile 70. So Mark's son is driving over an hour in here to come get those guys, Mark and Bill, and he's going to drive them up to Bill's truck. He's gonna drop off a bunch of extra stuff that he found out he didn't need, so he's gonna lose some weight in his pack. And then those guys are gonna come back, park at Route 30 parking area, and then we'll go from here. They just left. They got a 19-minute walk over to Route 30, and then when they get back, they'll be night hiking back in 19 minutes. So I expect them back here about 8:30. It's, like I said, it's a little after 6 right now. And the silver lining out of this is they are stopping in Ligonier and bringing pizza back. So I'm starving right now. I got a 2.5 hour wait to eat. I am starving right now. I might have some snacks. So I got to change clothes, get into some dry clothes, camp shoes, keep the fire going, and try to keep myself busy for the next 2.5 hours. Like I said, I'm already set up over here. Maybe I'll wander around a little bit. As I was sitting here, I was just looking at the map for tomorrow. Less than a mile from here, we'll cross Route 30, and that will be then into a 9-mile stretch, which was the very first for quite a few things. For me, it was the first long distance hike I did. It was the first backpacking trip I did, and it was the first solo backpacking trip I did. And it's a really beautiful stretch of trail. There's 9 miles, and it's pretty cool because every one of the miles, the first mile is just huge boulders, the next mile was rhododendrons, the next mile was pine forest. So it's a really nice stretch. Then after we get past those 9 miles, because we're doing 14 tomorrow, after that is we're going to cross the Turnpike Bridge, which is maybe the most well-known section of the trail, because people see it all the time every day on the Turnpike. So I'm really looking forward to that. And elevation doesn't look too bad tomorrow until the last mile or so getting into the camp, but the campsite looks like it's right off the trail tomorrow, so no huge connector trail. Today wasn't too bad, the connector trail. Okay, I think I have it figured out. That is shelter number 5 down there. So 1, 2, 3, or this is 1. That would be like 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then I think that is just a tenting area down there. So that's good. We got them away from us because they were starting to be annoying. I got about another hour to kill before they get back. Still tending to this fire in here, and it's pretty hot inside there. So I'm working on this other fire out here, getting this one going so we can hang out around here where it's a little bit more fresh air. And in the meantime, I keep going down and getting more wood. So I need to work on this wood pile. And I forgot one last order of business before they get back is almost forgot I wanted to hang a food line. So I got that going on right here. Just got the rock bag hanging right now, so if you can see it, it's kind of dark. Yeah, just got the rock bag hanging right now. I'll put the food bag on later, but the line is hung, ready to go. As usual, I'm not taking the best of like right now. All I can see is your head, your red light.
The red dot, yeah. It doesn't have like a night vision.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's not picking up the harvest moon like I was hoping. It's actually pretty bright in the woods tonight. I am just gonna be going to bed pretty soon. I gotta hang my food bag, and I just mixed up. Mark had some of his alcohol, so I put a shot of amaretto in my usual flavored drink. So I'm gonna finish that off and then hang that with my food bag, and probably call it a night. Oh, we did have an incident just a little bit ago. We were finishing our pizza, and park ranger showed up. That's the first time I've ever been checked on by a park ranger. So yeah, he came up and just checked on reservations and everything. Which is glad we had everything set up and reserved. So yeah, I'm gonna go finish that drink and then probably head to bed. I don't even know what time it is. Let's see. 9:44. Alright, it is 7 o'clock. Day 3. Sun's just coming up over there. 57 degrees out. Something like that right now. It's supposed to be a good day weather-wise. We got 14 miles to do. That's why we're trying to be out of here by 9 o'clock. That's why I set my alarm. Better get started here. I don't know if you can hear it or not, the water pump down there. Those people, that family that stayed over there, they're pumping water. So that thing's pretty noisy. I'd have been woken up by that anyways. But that water there, it takes a while to pump, as opposed to the one at 271 parking area. It was pumped really quickly and came out a whole lot better than this one. But this one, the water doesn't taste anywhere near as bad. So I gotta go do that, fill up water sometime before we leave. But here's my food bag last night, still in place, up on that small little maple branch. I'm building this in the morning, having my strawberries and cream oatmeal, Dagliadoro. That's the espresso. Good majority of the way packed up over here. Leaving camp, day 3, and we are off. Yeah, here's Bill walking up the road to his car, the parking lot. He's going to meet us, catch up with us later. It's Route 30. Pretty nice view over there. That's the top of the ridge right there, top of the mountain. This is the one that reminded me of like a camper-sized boulder on top of a house-sized boulder.
photoshopping everything.
Yeah, I took a shot or two back there. It looked like, did you guys see that one where it looked like a large, what do you call those things?
Motorhome?
No, not a motorhome. Where you pile up a bunch of rocks?
Oh, yeah.
Cairn. Rock
Cairn.
Cairn.
It looked like a huge freaking cairn up there. It's pretty cool.
Here, watch this.
This is exactly how I remember it from 4 years ago. Across the road, come into this rhododendron section. Stopping for a minute.
Apparently. What?
Okay, this is the rock that I've seen in other people's videos where they say it looks like a T-Rex head. If you can see, I got where you got the snout and then the top of the head up there, and they said I guess this looks like its neck or something down here. Pretty cool. Coming into Beam Rocks. It's these cliffs up here. I think they're 90-foot cliffs. Popular climbing area. Last time I was here, I don't remember being able to get a really good view because there's a lot of vegetation in the way. But there is a way to the top. There's a trail that leads up to the top, but we're going to skip it today just because we have enough miles to cover today. Yeah, like I said, popular climbing area. And I know there's been at least 4 people that died falling off of these cliffs. Yeah, Beam Rocks. Here's people climb. Probably just free climb this thing with their hands. Nobody out climbing today. It's a beautiful weekend, beautiful Sunday. Surprised there's nobody out here. $30 down, 40 to go.
You know we're here. You can hear him.
Oh yeah, I see him moving.
There's like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, I think they're mating. Oh, that's a swarm of them mating.
Wow.
There's a swarm of
There's
snakes.
a
They're mating.
Crap load of snakes.
Oh, I see him
Oh,
swimming
there's a
away.
whole bunch of them. See, they're all strung together, mating.
They were. Wow.
Get
Did
a
you that
zoom.
on
Get a
film?
zoom in there. Because I can't zoom with this thing.
You can't zoom at all?
Mm-mm.
Oh, wow.
This is made for action shots.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's another one to join the party.
Yep.
Join the orgy, snake orgy.
Is that what they do?
Wow.
Did you get some?
Did you get
Oh, yeah.
Footage?
Oh, there it is. First time across. This is probably the most recognizable part of the trail. How many people see it every day down here on the Interstate 76. I don't know if we'll be able to get any truckers to honk for us. halfway point. 35 down, 35 to go. Okay, after looking around the campsite, we're in this shelter. The first shelter we passed was over there. Those two share that little camp tent area. There's nothing, absolutely nothing to work with for hammocks. The other two sites are way over there. I'm not camping that far away from these guys. And the last shelter is way up in the woods up there somewhere. I'm not going up there. There are tent sites way over on the other side of the wood pile and bathrooms and everything. I'm not going over there. So the only thing I had to work with is very sparse. This is shelter 3. So I am hooked up between the shelter and this tree. Looks like a kind of odd setup, but that's the best I could do. I can't bring it any more over this way, or it's going to be leaning like this. So I had to go just like that. It's a bit of a drop to the ground, but I can get in. Just got to make sure I don't fall out. So at least I got somewhere that's close. We can all hang out. And so yeah, I guess that'll have to do for. Yeah, that's it. They're over there meeting Mark's son, resupplying, exchanging dirty clothes and stuff out at the end of the access road. So I'm just kind of getting stuff slowly unpacked, collecting firewood, and so forth. Okay, it's the beginning of day 4. I just got up. My hammock over there. I had it pitched between the one tree and the shelter, and it was super high. It was about the only thing I could do with it. I could barely get into it. It was so high up off the ground. That's all. The only way I could hang it. There was nowhere to hang a tarp over it. There was a 10% chance of rain last night, and I woke up around 4:30 to the sound of rain. Light rain. I knew that, so the only thing I could do at that point was just pull the bug net over me and hope that kept some of the rain out, and I stayed relatively dry. This is the little firewood trash cans. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I don't know why they have a bear-proof can here and then just a normal trash can next to it, which is full of food. There's the water pump. Again, nasty iron-colored water here. Bathrooms. Over there is another, it's just like a tenting area, I guess. It looks like they're putting on a thing to build like a tent pad or something. I don't want, this isn't my favorite campsite. Route 31 is right there. I mean, like 100 yards right there. And right on the other side of that is a rock quarry, which I heard about this place. I couldn't remember what shelters it was. There's a rock quarry over there where they've been beeping, the machines have been over there, backup machines, and with the beeping and all that all morning before the sun was even up. So yeah, this is not a good place for this whole system, this whole shelter system. But we're trying to get out of here by 9. We woke up at 7 yesterday so we could leave by 9. We got out of there an hour late yesterday, so forgot to tell this story last night. Mark, we were sitting, there's a fire ring up behind our shelter that's shared between shelters 3 and 4. We were sitting up there cooking our dinner. Fortunately, that's what you want to do. You want to cook away from where you're sleeping. But Mark was up there making his, me and Mark were both up there making dinner. And Mark had a Mountain House meal. He dropped the whole pack. It's nothing you could clean up. So it was like rice and something. So he had to leave the food on the ground all night. Then to make things worse, he had a second Mountain House meal, his backup one. He dropped that one and spilled part of that one too. He was having a bad night last night. And we're off. Day 4. I can't remember if that is the parking lot for here, but I guess we're crossing county lines. Somerset and Westmoreland County. Westmoreland County, Route 31. I got 1 mile. 40 miles done, 30 to go. I do have a song of the day now. I had one earlier today, but it's a song I really don't like. I don't even know who does it or what the name of it is. But I managed to get a good song in my head. I got the song of the day, Here and Now, from Letters to Cleo. Which, I like that song. In fact, I had their first album. I might have had their first two albums. Reminds me of Weezer with a female singer. I like Weezer. Yep, right there. That's the spring house. One of the springs that Seven Springs is named after. There's the sign for Highlands Market. So hopefully Bill is there. I heard that it's a 5 mile or 5 minute. It's a 5-minute walk from the trailhead. So maybe this is just a reminder of where it's at. I think I see a little driveway or something up there. Okay, here it is, Highlands Market. If Bill did not see that sign, I don't see him sitting outside anywhere. Hopefully he's inside. All right, 4.78 right now. Just get to the front door. So 4.578 minus 5.1. It's 2/4 of a mile. I use this charger to get a little bit of charge into my battery pack, but Mark is waiting for me at the trailhead. I don't know why he didn't want to come down here. It's a 1/4 mile. I don't know. Somebody's texting me now. Well, it looks like Bill's up at the top of Seven Springs, or somewhere at Seven Springs. So I gotta go find him. And the climb up the slope begins. Now we're following the brown signs with the yellow hikers on them. Okay, we're not even at the top yet. There's the parking lot. So we got a ways to go up, climb-wise. But look at the view. I don't know how well it's showing up on the screen, but you can see forever. Way out there in the distance, there's windmills all across the top of the ridges. Turn around this way, again, you can see forever. That way too. And here's the lake up at the top. I didn't walk over here last winter when I was here. Let's check it out. I believe they're calling it Lake Tahoe. Oh wow, mountain ridges way over there. This is cool. You would think that walking up a ski slope is difficult. It really was not that bad. There's no roots, no rocks. You just walk, and it's gradual. It's not too bad. Okay, we're at the top. Pretty sure that right now we're at the high point of the Laurel Highlands Hiking Trail. 2,900, I forget the exact figures, 29 something feet. Back into the woods. Bill's been leaving us these markers, pointing which way we're going. He's gone already. Okay, this is just past 23-mile marker. Another rock maze. I do remember coming through here in the winter. Barely fit through here. Sections of it anyways. I remembered it being longer than that. Maybe there's another one. I think there's another one. Maybe right around here. This is just after the first rock maze. I can squeeze through here. the back. I need to get a picture of this one. Steps. Look at this view. Amazing. I know it can't be coming out on this camera, but between those cliffs, between the valleys there and there, you can see mountain ridges as far back. They're just disappearing into the distance. It's so peaceful out here. Mark should be here in a few minutes. Bill is an hour and a half ahead of us. I believe on the map it says this is a view of the middle something valley. I can't remember exactly. I will put that in the caption in below. And this is the second of the overlooks, about 50 miles, or about 50 yards south of the last one. You got to be careful coming over here because there are drop-offs there and there. I can't even see down there, it's so dark. Almost looks like they cleared some of these trees for the view. Wow, those mountains over there, that's beautiful. $50 down, 20 to go. This one here might be the clearest, but 1852. I'm hanging between these two trees right here. There's an old fire pit. This is the fire that Bill is building. These flames are going to be sky high. That's their shelter over there. Bathrooms are down there. Everything that we need, bathrooms, water, garbage down that way. A wood pile. I saw a wood pile. There's a wood shed over there somewhere. Alright, I gotta get started here. Okay, getting a little bit dark, but there's my shelter for the evening. Got my puffy jacket is drying out a little bit. It's a little bit damp, and so is my underquilt drying out. I will maybe get it closer to the fire once this thing is raging inferno later. Maybe dry it out a little bit more. And I got my rock bag hung over there for the food line, ready to go. Time to get some dinner going and filter some water. Okay, Irish cream, Kahlua, amaretto. I got amaretto and my regular mixed drink. Good stuff. Chicken mashed potatoes are there. Yeah, got a little something going now. I will come back when it gets good.
He outdid himself.
Getting a little hot over here now.
We've got, I don't know, 4-foot flames sticking out of that thing.
Oh, that's what it was supposed to do. Beautiful.
Time to dry out my quilt. I got it on film.
Awesome. All those embers. I'm surprised that one on top, it kind of just landed and stuck it.
Yep.
Oh.
Stuck the landing.
Yeah. Look at that.
we're cooking.
Yeah. Well, that's freaking awesome.
10:30. A little after 10:30. I'm hitting the sack. We got a 12.4 mile day tomorrow, and even it's not as long, it's supposed to be more difficult. So we're gonna try to leave around the same time as we did. Probably around 10:30 tomorrow. So try to get some sleep. I am using the bug net. I hate using this bug net. I don't hate it, but the whole trip I've done without it. But these bugs over this area are just bothering me, so try to keep them at bay. Fire's still going pretty good right there. So I'm gonna hit the sack. Call it a night. Okay, it is morning of day 5. It's 7:30. 59 degrees. I was having some issues with, I don't know, I can't figure out what's going on. Maybe the ends of my hammock need cinched up or adjusted. Or not my hammock, my underquilt. I did get a few cold spots, cold butt syndrome, CBS, last night. But I don't know where it could be coming from, because the sides seem like they're up high enough, so I don't know. I did go with the bug net last night. Fire is out. It's a little bit breezy out. I think that's maybe why the wind's getting into my underquilt somewhere. There was a 20% chance of rain last night. It doesn't look very wet out there, but I don't know. I haven't got out of the hammock yet. Fire completely gone. Nothing left of the fire. Probably lay here for a few more minutes. I haven't heard anybody else up over at the shelter yet. If you can see the shelter in this shot, it's about, I don't know, 150 feet away over there. So, I'll relax for a few more minutes. Get my legs stretched out a little bit. As it comes in the morning. There's the setup with the bug net deployed. Over here, about 10 minutes after I turned in last night, I heard Bill over here messing around with the fire. He dragged this big root out of the woods. Threw it in there. It's the only thing left. And I'm going over my sit pad / pillow. Over here, my knees will let me. Do this downhill. Food bag. Right where I left that. I was concerned about that branch I had on. It's a dead branch. I didn't want that thing crashing down last night. Or right now coming down on my head when I'm pulling this thing down. But, alright, time to get this down, get some coffee. So this is my cook kit. Here is the Changia alcohol stove. These cross pieces are in there. They just come apart. 2 flat pieces. Here's the cook pot. I got 2 cups of water in there. Be 1.5 cups for coffee and 1/2 cup for oatmeal. This is the windscreen. It's the first time I'm going to use it the whole trip. It's a little windy out right there. Mini Bic. This is for picking up the handles, picking up the pot, and wiping it out. This is my collapsible coffee mug, and all stores in here. And then this is the Reflectix cozy I made for it. And that's my alcohol fuel for the stove, which I am almost out. I might hopefully get dinner out of that tonight. I might have to get borrow one of those guys' stoves for breakfast tomorrow. So I was planning on this lasting for, there's 12 ounces. I was figuring 1 ounce per meal, 2 meals a day. so I was figuring it was going to last, but coming up short. Well, as it turns out, when I was packing my meals, I had enough Medagliadoro instant espresso to make 4 mornings. So all I had left was one of these Folgers instant packages, which I usually use 2 of these for one of these cups. So this is going to be very weak. So instead, I think I'm going to go with hot cocoa today. Save this weak thing for tomorrow. Although I do have one other thing. I'm going to do this tonight, but 59 cents at Shop and Save. I figured I'd try it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that instead. Yeah, I'll do that one today. Alright. I got other stuff to do while it's water. Another potential den. Of course, I'm sure bear wouldn't make a den right next to a major walking trail. Okay, do not drop the GoPro here. That's cool. And whatever stream that is right at the 15-mile marker. Okay, just leaving. We just took a break here at mile marker 12. There's these little seats here. And we are off again. If you have a song of the day, is Blue Suede Shoes, the Elvis Presley version. Which I believe the original was Carl Perkins. I'll have to double check that. So we decided to take lunch break here. I'm sitting right here. I'm about to go dunk my bare feet in the stream over there. And try them off. Got the shoes back on. Alright, 60 down, 10 to go.
Yeah, right down. Right down beside our camp. That's cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say I need the picture.
I want to back up so
As long as it's not faded.
yeah, it was a lot muddy when I went through the
Yeah.
I remember I had to square around that thing all crazy on the walk.
So I guess that is a view of Sugarloaf Knob. There's supposed to be an overlook up here. This is the best we could do so far, is all we could find. There's something better over Dole's at. I was hoping for more of a panoramic view. Okay, this is the campsite last night. These guys are up here in shelter number 1. And I picked these 2 trees here. And I got my underquilt drying out, airing out a little bit on top. It's a little damp from all the dew and stuff. But yeah, I could have done a little bit better, but I'm too tired. So that's where I'm going to be sleeping tonight. Bathrooms are down there, water pumps right there. Hopefully nobody else is going to be camping here tonight because these water pumps are always noisy. There's a tent site there. What else? Wood pile is right over there. Pretty slim pickings over there. I guess it's a popular site because it's so close to Ohio Pile. But we do have a picnic bench out here. That's good. We are in a valley, so I'm going to see how the bugs are. I'm going to try to go bug netless and see what happens. I'm going to go, since we are in the valley, the sun's going to be dipping down pretty soon. So I'm going to go try to find somewhere to hang my food line and then take care of whatever other stuff. I got to filter some water. Pretty decent water out of this pump. It's not orange, so that's what came out of the pump right there. I gotta get to it. It is closing in on 10 o'clock. I'm trying to leave here by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. I know that ain't gonna happen, so I'm getting up at 7. I don't know what the temperature is because I'm getting no service out in this valley here where we're at. So yeah, tomorrow we're hiking out tomorrow, 6.5 miles. It's going to be pretty hilly though, so feeling pretty decent. So, I got the boat net up again tonight. These moths for the second night in a row have just been ridiculous hanging around my hammock. Alright, I guess that's it for tonight. Catch you back up in the morning. Okay, it's 7 a.m. Day 6. Hiking out today. It's 6.5 miles back to the parking lot. It feels a lot more cooler this morning than it did the rest of the trip. There was something like a mouse or chipmunk or something under my stuff under my hand last night. I put earplugs in it, it wouldn't stop. So, it wouldn't go away. So I just hit the snooze button. I'm just hanging out here. Not wanting to get out of the hammock. First few steps are pretty rough in the morning on the calves. But we're trying to get back to Ohio Pile by noon. So trying to get out of here around 9. That's the plan. That's been the plan every day. It's never worked. So we'll see what happens. Alright. And that was my setup last night. I don't know where the chipmunk or mouse or whatever it was. If it was messing with my bag over here, or if it was down there messing with stuff, I don't know. That's all I got left of my snacks bag. Food bag. The only food I have left is this biscuits and gravy, which I was going to have as a dinner one night, but we got that pizza, so I got an extra dinner. I got combos, and I'll make up a little bag of day snacks, although we're only going 6.5 miles. And today I'm having bananas and cream oatmeal and French toast energy gel. Oh, that's supposed to be a coffee that goes back in there. No, I got a coffee packet somewhere. There it is. Folgers. This will barely make a cup. It'll be nasty. I do have a song of the day. It is Terrence Trent D'Arby's Wishing Well. I was just watching a live video of him recently. This was just from a few years ago. He's doing Humble Pie's 30 Days in the Hole. It was a killer live version. I would definitely recommend checking that out. Wow.
And the bumblebees are out full force.
Oh, good. I always like to see those guys in the honeybees.
The tree with the blaze on it, there is a bee's nest at the base of it. Where are we at? We're just about a quarter mile, about 2 and 3/4. 2 3/4 mile mark.
Yellow jackets.
Yeah, look like yellow jackets. So they're pouring out of there right now. Funny incident just happened back there. Mark went through what he was in the lead. He went through what he thought was a dry mud puddle, and it turned out that it was completely wet. He went 67 miles without getting his feet wet or muddy. No, he sank almost up to his ankles in mud. I thought it was funny. He didn't. Oh, there comes the train through the valley right over there. This is a major cliff right here. There's Whitewater Rapids over there. Beautiful.
Is there a rail crossing there? Maybe you saw it and you're saying hi.
Well, we just passed the 2-mile marker just a couple minutes ago, and we're crossing under this arch-looking thing, broken tree. There are railroad tracks right there, so I'm guessing our downward elevation could be coming to a finish.
No.
Break it.
Thank you.
Yep. Is it alright?
Yeah,
Shockproof,
should be.
dustproof,
Oh,
ice-proof case.
Nice.
Mine's not. Don't drop it.
There'd be nothing worse than a cracked screen on now 0.
Yeah. That's that right.
I got us getting off the main trail at 7.55. But what did I have? I had 0.17 or something from the connector trail.
That still hurt.
Well, I can't bend my leg anymore.
This is Mark cleaning the mud off his shoes in a mud puddle.
This is Mark playing in the mud.
And we are coming back out into civilization. We were just talking about how we haven't seen another person there, except for right there at the trailhead. There's guys in the truck, and there was a woman walking her dog down here. Those are the first people we've seen since we left camp 2 mornings ago. And well, I guess it is midweek, but I thought it was going to be a little bit busier.
Trail 1,200 feet ahead. Shelter 6.3 miles away.
Bicycles prohibited. Pavement. What is this foreign surface we're walking on?
Oh, wonderful.
It just occurred to me that I forgot to do my wrap-up video. Yeah, I'm actually not as sore as I thought I would be. After the first few days, I just quit being sore. Yeah, right now I feel fine. After I get a 70-mile drive to get home or whatever it is, probably the first few steps out of the car are gonna hurt. But yeah, I managed to get through the whole thing with no blisters, no scrapes, nothing. I don't know how I did it. 6 days, 5 nights. But yeah, feels great. We were obviously not certainly not the first ones to do it, certainly not the fastest to do it, but it feels like a pretty good accomplishment. I don't know that I'll do it again. Of course, I said the same thing about Dolly Sods. I said I would never do that again, and I couldn't resist going back. And I'm sure I'll go back again plenty of more times. Overall, the trail was in great condition. There was one mud spot, and that's the one that Smokey walked through right near the end of the whole trip. No blowdowns until the last 15 miles. There was maybe 5 blowdowns, but they were easy to get around. Let's see, what else? Oh, the mileage markers. This was interesting. Heading southbound, all the mileage markers were on our left-hand side until mile marker 23 was the first one that was on the right. And then I think mile marker 11 was on the right, but you could walk around it, so it was on your left. And then there was a few in the last 10 miles that were on the opposite side. I just thought, I don't know what the reason was for that, but if there was a conscious reason. But
in a quarter mile, turn right at the end of the street. Turn right.
I got 2 GPSs going. I'm trying to avoid tolls. So, anyways, yeah, I guess a great week out on the trails. So I got to go find a McDonald's and wrap this thing